Today we're going to be making Soo Je, and it comes in this box that you can find at any market. But I want to show exactly how to make it because sometimes the directions can be a little bit confusing. So let's just go over the ingredients that we're going to use. So we're going to use this, and within the box it comes a little packet like this, and this is the Soo Je flour, and then this is something that they use for the soup base. But I also like to make my own soup base by using this 멸치. And what I do with the anchovy is I just put it inside the bowl to cook, but I remove it right after it makes the soup base. I'm still gonna add a little bit of salt and black pepper. Again, the garlic, it's a must in any Korean cooking. And I'm also gonna add onions. I like to pre-cut them all the time because you're gonna keep using it anyways. And I'm also gonna use green onions, as you can see, pre-cut. And then also we're gonna need a cup of water. So for me, I like to use this is what you would use for your rice cooker. I like to put it just a little bit above the 3/4, and I'll explain how I'm gonna be using this later. So on top of all this, you don't need a bowl like this, but I like this. It gives me enough room to move it around. So let's get this started. So just go ahead and remove the soup base, and we're gonna go ahead and put the flour in. There we go. And after doing so, we're gonna add water. Now the water that I'm gonna put is not all of it, but about half of a cup. So just about over it. And so I left a little bit left over, right? So as you can see, it's soaking in. And now we just have to play with it. You can see it's kind of forming itself, but it's still very flourish. So that's why I leave that water for last. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add the rest of it. Don't put too much of it. You have to just kind of gauge it on yourself. So we're just gonna keep just massaging it. And when I first saw the box, I was very scared that I had to make this from quote-unquote scratch. But after following the instructions and the recipe, I noticed that it wasn't that hard. But hopefully with this video, it'll be even easier. Now, if you go to Soo Je at any restaurant, it probably costs about, I would say $5 to $10, but making this at home, this only costs $2.50. So for a good meal, you're only paying about $1, which is not bad. Okay, as you can see, it looks very, very nice. Those coming up. Now, something that we didn't have earlier was this, which is just plastic wrap. We also have to let the dough kind of rest for about 20 minutes. So it's almost getting there. Okay. Perfect. Now we're just gonna put the plastic wrap over it. I love this one just because it sticks so well. Now, as you can see, our choice of vegetables, there's not that many, just because we're not big vegetable eaters. But, of course, you're more than welcome to put 호박 or 감자, whatever you feel that it's needed for this dish. For us, we just like it just the way it is. So after about 20 minutes, I'll show you how to make the soup base. Okay, so now the dough should have all ready. So a lot of people like to just pull on it when they're cooking, but I like to do it ahead of time so that all of it can cook at the same time. So just kind of massage it more and just grab a big strip like this, and you're just gonna do whatever size you like. I'm gonna do small sizes, just like that, and I just kind of put them around so everything is ready. So after I do this, I'm just gonna show you what I'm like that. So we're just gonna add about 3 of the anchovies in there. Just leave the heat on in about, not even a medium, just like that. And then, like I said, I'll have all of this Soo Je be ready when this is about, as you can see, I just kind of do it like this just to save time and just to save, you know, everything else. I started boiling the water with the anchovies, and the water, I mean, you can just go by feel, but I did about 9 cups of these right here, so that's not really big, but I guess just as much as you would put, a little bit more than you would for a ramen. I think that would be a perfect way to describe it. And while the water's still boiling, we're also going to be using this, so we'll get this opened. And for the garlic, a lot of people just do it at home, but I'd rather pay the $3.52 and just not have to mess with that. And then I just went ahead and got this ready, and then also a spoon just so we can be using for the garlic and for tasting. So the water should be almost boiling, and by doing this, the water just tastes like, or the soup has an extra base to it, so it's very, very good. So as you can see, it's boiling away, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the anchovies. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of onions in there. So we'll do about that much. Now I'm gonna also add the soup that they provided. Has a good color to it. Okay. We'll add just about this much. So have a spoon of garlic. Okay, since everything else is ready, I'm going to start doing the one that I wasn't able to finish because there's not enough room. And this is the way you would do it if you don't want to do it already made. Just kind of pull on it. I'm going to go ahead and lower the heat just a little bit now. Again, remember, you can put as many vegetables as you like in here. Most people love to put hobak in here. Okay, so while this is cooking, you just want to make sure you do this so all of it doesn't stick to each other. And those are some good shapes. So So we're gonna add just a little bit extra salt, not too much. Just like that. A little bit of black pepper. And I'm just gonna close this up with the lid half open so that it doesn't overflow. Now while this is cooking, I'm also gonna make a little sauce on the side. And this is what you get at the restaurants. Just a little bit of soy sauce, maybe 2 tablespoons. And then I like it a little bit spicy, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of gochugaru, which is red pepper powder. Just so you can see the way it looks like. That's just the way it is. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of green onions. 2 tablespoons should be fine. Just like so. I didn't make that much just because it's only 2 of us eating, so it should be perfect. And I'm gonna save the green onions still for the Soo Je. So let it cook for about 5 minutes. As you can see, it's starting to boil. So we'll just wait about 5 minutes for it to cook, and then we'll come back. So now it's pretty much ready. You just want to cook it, like I said, for 5 minutes so that the dough is ready. We're just going to put a little bit of green onions. Just like so. And that'll pretty much complete the dish. You can find more recipes and restaurants and etc. at Kramlife.com. That stands for Korean American Life. And if you haven't added us on Twitter yet, go ahead and add us. And you can find us as Kramlife as well. And thank you so much. I hope you have happy cooking. Thank you.